What happened? What went wrong? Look, um, I'll get to my general feeling towards the end of the video, but as far as, a play-by-play account of this match and what happened, the first thing I want to say is you give Ronaldo any bit of space in the box, he's going to find a shot on target or a header. He'll find in one of his efforts, at least through on goal. The pass by Isco in the box, which was followed by an even more brilliant pass by Marcelo on the left-hand flank. Uh, People say it was a tap-in. It's not a tap-in because you look at the force in which he struck that. He was at least 10 or so yards away from the goal line. It's a strike. It's not a tap-in. But, again, give him that little bit of space, he's going to have an effort on goal. Now, my overall opinion of how Juventus did in this game, for the most part, for large stretches of this match, I thought they were the better team. Once Real took the lead in the third minute, I didn't only think the match was over, I thought the whole quarterfinal tie, was over. Because Real Madrid are a team, in the opening minutes, they come at you with such intensity. And if you concede early against them, 9 times out of 10, the floodgates tend to open. I thought that Juventus was going to have to change their game plan entirely. I thought that they would fold, they would get sorted out, they would get exposed after that. But that's not what happened. I felt that Juventus responded to going down, to conceding early, quite admirably. Almost immediately after conceding, you saw that Juventus was the more proactive of the two sides, especially in the 20 minutes following Real's opening goal. I would say overall, I thought Juventus were the better team for about 60% of this match. The reason why I thought that they were going to fold is because you look at you look at their DNA as a team, it's very much structured around having a cohesive defensive unit. This is the same team who last season went over 700 minutes without conceding a goal in the Champions League. So when this happened, I very much expected Real to just open them up, to carve them up. But that's not what happened. And the way that Juventus responded to going down, it took me by surprise, because for considerable amounts of periods of that first half, Real were on the back foot. Yeah, later on, they had several chances to expand their lead when, Kroos and Kovacic struck the crossbar each respectively. But I just felt that Juventus really showed a lot of initiative. They showed a lot of initiative, and it's a shame that they only started playing better once they went down. But that's the thing. When in the opening few minutes of the game, Real Madrid, they will come at you. They will come at you full force with all their flair. And you can't afford to give up goals like that. Now, having said that, I do think Juventus deserved to at least get an equalizer. A lot of chances they couldn't put away, especially towards the end of the first half. Second half, some chances came to them as well. It just wasn't their night. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo. You've seen my video that I made before. It was funny, right? Well, this guy is perhaps the most prolific goal scorer of our current generation. That bicycle kick, I mean, my God. He jumped 2.3 meters in the air. 2.3 meters to meet that with the end of his foot. I just think when you're able to get goals out of thin air like that, in such a fashion, in the way that he did, in the way that he typically does, this is an individual who has to be considered in the conversation among the greats of all time. Some other YouTubers have said that this has been Cristiano's greatest goal that he's ever scored. I don't know if I agree with that, but it's certainly up there as well. Um, in the end of the day, I think that you had other individual moments of brilliance from this Real team. Uh, Ronaldo's assist to Real's third goal, Marcelo, that was beautiful. I said many times before about Marcelo. The reason why someone like Marcelo is the best left back in the world is because he essentially doubles as an attacking midfielder. That's how menacing this guy is. And his aggression on the ball is unlike something I've ever seen. He effectively serves a dual role as both a left back and an attacking midfielder. And the nice footwork that he had in the final third to get that goal, and on top of that assist from Ronaldo, that was a beautiful goal. That was beautifully made. He had a little. It was a little bit scrappy in the end, putting it away, but it was nice. It was very clinical. Isco, I love that he nutmegged Diego Costa. I think he made also a whole bunch of brilliant passes throughout the game as well. Tony Kroos towards the end there when Ronaldo should have tapped it in for a hat trick. This Real team looks as good as they've ever been. And, people saying, well, they weren't doing so well in La Liga this season. They've improved in the last few months in La Liga. Now they're up to third. I think previously they were down in fifth. But when it comes to the Champions League, you never underestimate the fortitude of a two-time defending champion, because these are the guys with the experience, and these are the guys that can be clutch in these kind of games. So for Real Madrid, they have to be considered favorites to three-peat. They have to be considered the favorite to do it. I can only see two teams stopping them. I can only see Barca or Bayern doing it. Maybe Man City, but I don't know. I feel like Man City, it would be another case with PSG. You dominate the League One doesn't mean you're ready to contend with the big boys in the Champions League. Now, Man City, they're a great team. Guardiola's a fantastic manager, but the thing is, if they come up against a side like Real, I don't know if their domination of the Premier League would suffice in preparing them for such a heavy clash. Now, Real Madrid, this Real team looks just as good, if not better, than the 2017 side. And they can win it. They can win it again. Having said all of that, one final thing I want to close on is we can critique Juventus. I know Buffon gets a lot of criticism because he's getting old and people say he should retire. But right before Ronaldo's first goal of the game, the second goal of the game, the bicycle kick, Buffon made a pretty decent save that he punted out of the box. But Real were just able to recover it, and then the rest is history. So I wouldn't put the blame here on Buffon. I would not put the blame here on Juventus. Because at the end of the day, when you lose a match, it gets to a certain point when you come up against a really great team, there's just only so much you can do. And I look at Juventus in this game. I thought Juventus were the better side for about 55 to 60% of this match. But even when you come up against a team, a great, high-esteemed side like Real Madrid, who aren't playing their best, all they need are those individual moments of brilliance, and they can still dominate you. They can still get an emphatic victory and a dominant scoreline. So I don't think the 3-0 really tells the full picture of what happened on the pitch today, because I thought Juventus played arguably very well. I thought Juventus was very well. They were unlucky not to score. But that's the thing about Real Madrid, again, about teams like Real Madrid. When you are their opposition, there's only so much you can do. And I don't think that this was a mental lapse or anything from Juventus, which is what I expected them. They played much better than I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to get an unconvincing 1-1 draw from this, but they played even better than I thought, and they lost this match, so go figure. But Juventus, when you come up against a team like Real, you're going to face limitations, because this Real team, as far as comparing it in the annals of history, this Real team is exceptional. So leave a comment below, like, subscribe. I'll see you in one more video later tonight. Until then, have a good one. Much love and peace.